Okay, welcome. This is a special podcast edition of Beyond the Chords, and today we have our very special guest, country music future star. Yes, I said future star, because she's going to be there. She's going to be up at the top. As a matter of fact, you know why? Because her latest single, not latest single, well, the single before this one that we're going to be talking about today has been doing some pretty good things on some charts here that we're going to be talking about. So, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lyssa Coulter. Say hi. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. Anytime, you're always welcome here. You know, we've had her in the studio before, before this whole COVID thing wiped everybody's plans out, and now she's down in Nashville again, right?
Yes, back in Nashville, yeah.
Nice. And you are currently, let's see. Today is a special day. Why was today a special day?
I just released my new single, I Don't Want to Know, at midnight last night, so that's going on right now, which I'm really excited about.
Did you write this one yourself? This is all you?
I did not write this one.
No? Okay.
My friend Molly May actually wrote it, and she's great. She's from New England. She's a really close friend of mine, and her writing has inspired me since I've started in the industry. And I gave her an idea during COVID, actually, okay. And she's like kind of spun the idea and was like, hey, like I kind of just wrote this from like a really vulnerable spot, like take a listen. And when I listened to it, I was like, these were the emotions that I was feeling but didn't want to face. And I just thought that was like, there was something really special about that. So then we released it today, and I'm excited about it.
Oh, that is so great. How long have you been working on this particular song?
I think she wrote it back in August, I think it was.
Okay. So it's fairly new then. That's great.
Yeah.
Last time you were here, you were just about to release your big blow up single here, Alone with You. I'm not even gonna front. This thing is all over the place. I'm seeing your face everywhere, and not just on your posts. So you're doing something good here,
Thank you.
young lady. Now, when you were here, it was just dropping. What has the ride been for this song like for you? Like, how has it slow build, or is it just like was it overnight and like?
I think it's been like kind of both. Like when it hit
right.
really hard. But after that, there then like was a slow build, and like things built more and more and more, which was really, really cool. And then we had the music video come out, which was awesome, and right. It like all just like fell together really nicely.
Well, that, by the way, the music video, great music video.
Thank you.
It is so great. Zane and I actually bumped that song more often than you would think. Like I'm serious. Like it's been on. You did another breakthrough. You did not only chart on, what was it, the iTunes charts?
I charted on the UK iTunes country charts and the US country US country iTunes charts.
What spots did you get, by the way?
I got 73 in the US and 113 in the UK.
Oh my God, that is so awesome. Congratulations. Now,
Thank you.
You did get one step beyond that as far as I'm concerned, and that video premiered on what major network?
TMT.com premiered it, which was just like such an honor, and it was like such a surreal moment. Like I didn't think that it was happening when it happened, and it was so cool. I was down in Florida with my grandma actually when like the day that it premiered, and it was like great because I was in Florida like just vibing, and it was a lot of fun, but it was just so cool. That's something that like a goal of mine that I've had since I started in the industry. So it's an honor to be able to be displayed on their platform.
Well, that is, we have nothing but praise for you here, and we love everything you do, and we have been waiting to listen to this new single. I did not want to listen to it yet until I talked to you, because I know it was just going today. So, and I asked you to do us a little something, if you don't mind, in a few minutes after we talk.
Yeah.
If
absolutely.
Do us a solid and maybe do us a little acoustic version of this.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, great. Now I got a couple more questions. We've been, it's been almost a year. Can you believe that? Like since we've talked on this platform, anyway. And what have you just been up to in general? Like you've been just keeping busy? What are you doing? Like vegging out?
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I think I mean, on a music side, we've just been getting new singles ready, planning for the future. Something that I'm like really bad at is planning like 6 months in ahead because I don't even know like what's happening like for dinner tonight.
Join the club.
So I've been trying to like practice like getting ahead and like we know exactly what our plan is for this year and next year and trying to get that ready, but like also just writing more and just like learning to like be a better writer and writing with more people. Writing is one of my biggest struggles, and I have not loved writing since I started, and I'm finally starting to like love it and like really get into it and really dig deep with it, which I think is the hardest part. So I've really gotten into writing. On a more personal level, though, it's kind of just been like me trying to figure out how I can love myself and show more like affection towards myself. I think that's a really difficult thing, especially at the age of 23 and being in an industry where everyone's like, oh, like you need to get this, you need to get this, the industry's expecting this, you need a brand together, you have to be creating a business, where's your income? Like labels look at how big is your fan base, do you have a fan base at home, where are you touring? Like trying to figure out like how to be myself and how to show love and compassion for myself while being in an industry that judges so harshly. The other thing being is that like growing up, like I grew up in a house that was a little more judgmental, and not that we were judgmental in it, like I guess it wasn't like necessarily like always a negative way.
Right.
It was just kind of like, kind of like picking on like the nitty gritty, nothing really giant. Like if something giant happened, it was the least of our problems, but like picking on the nitty gritty. So for me, it's been just like learning how to be like less judgmental towards myself and just more like showing more compassion to myself, which is like super hard. And this morning, like, I'll be honest, like I didn't chart this morning and I was so down on myself. Like I was beating myself up as if like I had broken someone's heart. Like it was so bad. And my publicist called and was like, Liz, like numbers don't define who you are as an artist.
Definitely not.
And I like after that conversation, like it was like everything cleared up and I was like, Liz, like snap out of it. Right. You're fine. You're good. Like the world is okay. It's not the end of the world. You put out a killer single. And it just like hurt, like, and it's so funny because this literally happened like a half hour, 45 minutes ago. Like I just realized like, holy crap, like you need to calm down. You need to show a little compassion for yourself. You did everything you can do. Yeah. Like that's not on you. That's the universe saying like, okay, like we just need to slow down a little bit. Like, it just, everything has an order. So I think showing compassion like for myself is the biggest thing that I've been struggling through lately and something that I've just been generally working on over the past year.
Oh, well, that's, everybody goes through that, I think, and especially in the field that you're in. Oh, my God, like that whole, I feel you with the waking up and you're not on the charts anymore. And you're like, oh, my God, well, people don't like me anymore. And blah, 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 blah. No, it's totally not that. People have, like, attention spans of, like, nanoseconds these days. And, like, somebody could be right there one day and the next day they're like, until they put out something else, and then they're, oh, I remember this person, they're back up there, and then that's when you just remember to just keep going. Like, don't ever get down on yourself to not go. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do don't do that, please. You are way too talented.
No. Believe me, I will never fall down. Like the thing is that I consider my music career like the life that I was supposed to have. So like I don't. It's funny. I very much blocked out a lot of like the beginning of my life, which I've had to like start bringing emotions and memories back into that over the past year because I've had to work through some things. Right. But like my life before this was like, it's like this life is like a new opportunity to live. So like for me, people are always like, well, how do you live like without much money and how do you do this? And I'm like, because I know it's coming. Like I know it's coming and I'm not giving up on that. Like there are people who would go through what I went through this morning and they probably would quit. Like that's the thing is they'd release the single and they would quit. Right. But I feel like I've gone like a step further than that. Like I'm just like, this is literally my life. I would do nothing to trade it. I'm literally the luckiest human in the world. Like the fact that I get to like showcase songs and music that like can help people and that can impact people and I can share a message that not everyone has the opportunity to share. That is so special and not everyone in the world gets to do that. And I think that's like when you get down to the nitty gritty of it, like when you realize that, like that's the important part, you know?
Right. No, that's definitely the important part. And, like honestly, like when I see an artist like you, and I see some posts, talking about how they have, these emotional issues. Like I have these emotional issues. Everybody has these emotional issues. Like I can relate to that. And you know what? I think that brings a bigger connection between you and your fans when you can actually let yourself be you and tell, how you are feeling, yeah, a good portion of them will sympathize, empathize with you. You know, they will know, you know, that wow, this girl is just like me, you know, and she's doing what she wants to do.
And
You know what I mean?
that's like the whole thing is I want to close that gap. Like I think it's cool that people see artists in this like big celebrity way. Like I
Right.
think that's really cool and I want to sell at stadiums and I want to be known for something. But at the same time I want these people to also realize that like I also have my own struggles and guess what? They're probably exactly like yours. Like they're probably
Right.
the same exact thing that you're going through for the most part. And I want to close that gap because I think that, especially with social media today, there's this huge gap that's open that's my life is really good and here's all the highlights of it. When in reality, like, no one would have knew this morning that I woke up and just like cried for 30 minutes because I didn't chart. Like, no one would have known that.
Right.
But, you know, and as much as it sounds like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like a little like self-centered for like thinking that because like I do have a really cool job, but at the same time it's like not getting the promotion, right? It's like you beat yourself up over something that you couldn't control. You tried your very hardest like to do that and it just wasn't the right time.
Right.
So it's just I think it's important to just start closing that gap and showing that artists and like people that aren't artists or pursuing a different career are the same exact type of human. The only difference is that my life is literally highlighted on by media.
Right.
Like that's the biggest difference, right?
Right.
Like that's really it.
Right. And you know, a lot of people don't think that way. That you know, they just see the good parts, like the whole. It's literally 3% of somebody's, you know, a celebrity's day is what you guys see on online and in, you know, in the media. The rest of the day, they are literally thinking. And in this industry, in radio and podcasting and stuff, I've gotten to talk to a lot of people, like big, you know, and in radio even, geez, and musicians, and they say, look, I'm the same, you know, such and such from Kennebunkport, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I grew up with, you know, a single mom, and, you know, and I was, you know, picked on all my life until I you know, worked hard and I did what I did. People relate to those backstories, and,
Exactly.
and
Exactly. Creating my brand, like I think that's the biggest conversation that artists have down here, especially in the beginning phases when we don't have investors and we don't have record labels is, well, what is my brand going to be? What is my brand going to be?
Right.
And I just realized that like your brand is literally who you are as a human.
Yeah.
Like that's the craziest part is I spent like 3 years, like what's my brand? And then I was like, Liz, it's been right in front of me this whole time.
Right.
Like it's been so obvious that like literally like it's, and I see a lot of my friends like going through these phases and they're like, well, I want to come across as this and I want to come across. I'm like, how about you just come across as you?
Right.
Like, you know, that's no, I'm not trying to throw shade at them or anyone.
No, not at all. No.
But, like, it's kind of funny because I'm like, guys, like you're trying to impress the wrong people. You should be impressing the people that like you would want to be around,
Right.
and not the people that you think you want to be around.
Exactly.
And like just being really true to yourself is the most important part of this. And I think that's really what I'm stepping into. Like, for example, I have such a trucker mouth and I try to be really careful about that when I'm like in interviews. And, yeah. I try to be very careful about that in interviews because I know I understand like what goes on like behind the scenes. I understand the rules of media.
Right.
But like if I'm on Instagram Live, like I do bring a little bit of that out. Like I won't throw out an F-bomb, but like I do bring a little bit of that out now. Like
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, this girl's badass. Like it's just what comes out, and it's just cool to be able to like step into my skin and be like honest about it and not feel like that I'm impersonating myself. And what comes with that and the beauty that comes with that is my music is just falling into place because it's just what I want to hear from myself.
Right. And it's great music, by the way.
Thank you.
100%. Like, and I'm not even just blowing smoke because you've been in our studio. Like, it's legit. You are slowly becoming one of my favorite country music singers. And I personally am not the greatest, you know, fan of country music. And like, I'm really starting to listen more now because of me listening to you. And that's another good thing about what you are doing right now. Your music is like universally, like it's getting me, and I'm sure other people into style of music that they're really not, you know, probably not accustomed to, you know, especially nowadays.
Exactly. And I think that's the cool thing about my music. Someone said that I was in an interview yesterday, actually, and they were like, you kind of, and she was like, in a weird way, you remind me of if Avril Lavigne went country. And I was like,
That's a good,
best compliment, comment. I have piece of feedback. I was like, I want people, because I was explaining how I try to bring a little bit of like alternative sound into my music.
Right.
And I think that's kind of what hooks people is it's not just country pop. Like you're getting like a little bit of like everything. Like it's not just country pop.
Right.
And the thing is I've always wanted my music to sound universal. Like I wanted to take influences from my alternative rock background because my dad used to play classic rock and alternative rock, and that's what I remember listening to when I was like growing up. That and also the radio side of like what my mom used to listen to, just like Billboard all the time. Like that was mix like 104.1 back in New England or whatever like the case may be. All those stations. And so I literally have taken alternative rock that I listened to from my dad and radio that I listened to from my mom, and I've just like mixed it together, and it's the coolest thing because people who are like, I don't like country, listen to the song and they're like, actually this is really good, and I'm like, this is a really good sign. And it's cool that I can just bring my backgrounds together, and it's as simple as me bringing two things that I love together.
Exactly. And I like I said, I can't be more excited for you in your career. It's nothing but up, and I can't wait to see what's in the future. So you know what? I don't think we're going to keep you much longer. I would like to hear this new song of yours, if you are so inclined as to perform it for us.
Yeah, I'm actually excited. It's funny. I can't believe I'm saying this or admitting this. I actually just learned how to play this song properly on guitar yesterday.
Don't be ashamed, girl. You're gonna have to play it live at some point. So.
Exactly. And I was like, I had like an idea, and then I was talking to my manager, and he was like, we need to figure this out right now. And I was like, I know, because I'm about to play it for everyone, so we need to figure this out. But this is my new single, I Don't Want to Know, written by my friend Molly May. It's available now on all streaming platforms, and here we go. Could have tried a little harder, maybe stayed a little longer. Maybe it would get better if we gave it a little time. Could have tried to forgive you, not something that I'm used to. Maybe just enough to get through, but we both know that's a lie. Oh, too late to go back and change nothing now, worth saving the never was. So I don't wanna know what you're doing when you do it with her. I don't wanna know, and I can see myself a little hurt. I don't wanna know, memories are deceiving, getting caught up in a feeling that was only ever hope. And I don't wanna know. Never knew you like I thought it. Made up your story and I bought it. Then you hit me with a plot twist, and I never saw it coming. No, but now I see it clearer, broke the rear view mirror, let it go. So I don't wanna know what you're doing when you do it with her. I don't wanna know when I can see myself a little hurt. I don't wanna know, memories are deceiving, getting caught up in a feeling that was only ever hope. And I don't wanna know. Never know you like I thought it. Made up your story, I bought it. So I don't wanna know what you're doing when you do it with her. I don't know when I can see myself a little hurt. I don't know, memories are deceiving, getting caught up in a feeling that was only ever hope. And I don't wanna know.
awesome. I really like that song.
Thank you.
I really do. Well, if you were ever worried about pulling that song off acoustic, you just did it, and don't ever worry about it again, because that was
Thank
it.
you.
I honestly think you could probably record that as an acoustic, and it would still be just as good.
Well, we do have an acoustic version coming out.
Oh, well, see, I'm a psychic. I knew it.
And we also have a music video coming out for this, which I am so excited about.
Yes, when?
I don't have the date.
Okay. All right. We'll get that later.
It's about a month from now.
Okay.
But I'm excited. It's a lot of acting. A lot of acting.
Yeah.
I had to act a lot. I'm not an actor.
Did you ever plan on ever wanting to be an actor?
Maybe like once, like when I was in high school.
Right.
But like not really. But there's like a lot of fake crying in it, like really fake crying, and like the mascara like running down the face.
Oh no.
It's intense. I don't normally like speak like highly of myself. Like I'll usually just like, oh yeah, like it's cool, but like I'm really proud of this music video.
That's great. No, you got to think that way. You really have to be proud of yourself. Like we are so proud of you here, and we really can't wait to see where you go in the future.
I'm excited, and I really appreciate your support. Ever since I met you guys last year, you guys have been so supportive of everything that I do, and I'm really appreciative of it.
Oh man, we don't usually latch on to people like this, but like you're worth it, girl, and just keep up the work.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
And I really I wish nothing but the best for you, and I really cannot wait to see where you go. And I really want to see this music video when it comes out. So you definitely please let me know, and maybe we'll talk again.
Okay? Absolutely.
All right, and definitely if you come back to New York, you're coming in the studio. And
yes,
I don't care if I have to pay for you to come here. I will do it.
All right. Definitely. I will be there.
All right, sweetie. You have a great day. I'm going to let you go. Drop all your socials. Drop your writer's social for this new song again, please, so everybody knows where to follow you.
At Lyssa Coulter on all social media platforms, at Molly May Music. She's the songwriter, and she's also an artist herself. Please go follow her. She's incredible. But you can find everything at Lyssa Coulter all across socials. All
right, great. Good deal. And I will post links, too, in the description of this. This will be up on iHeartRadio in the next day or two. As also part of our upcoming country episode this week, I will put it in there, too. So you will get twice the Lyssa Coulter. Listen, love. Have a great day, girl. I love you so much. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You were so awesome. I'll talk to you later, okay?